everybody, welcome back to Estancia Lapacho. We only have a few more streams that we're probably going to be doing on the map here, simply because of the fact that we're going to be turning the server over to a different type of gameplay here soon. Let's see here what's going on. Starting, but I don't see anything. What is going on here? Oh, there we go. Do you want me to get a baler? What? Let's see over in the other tractor. Hey Haggard, what's up?
I just looked at the field and it said need a lime, so I was looking around to get some lime going. You want to bale all that stuff?
Yeah, I was gonna bale a straw because it's just extra money.
Alright, well after that first I was just going to do something to stay busy.
What's up, Night Owl? You have a, do you have a headset? If you do, you're more than welcome to come on in voice chat. After all, voice chat is the best way of working on multiplayer anyway. I'm sure Team Raznik would enjoy that over typing. This is my version of merging fields, just driving through the gap.
That works, I would do it.
Oh, well, that's cool. Oh, okay, that's fine. Just going to be harvesting a bunch of fields tonight. HP Stream, is that a, I guess that's a brand or a model? HP is, of course, the brand, but I guess that's a model. Is rodeo season starting up? Is that a winter sport? I don't want to dump straw out here too far because we don't own the field below it. Let's see here. How much is one of those wagons? Bale trailers. $39,000. Okay. Gonna need to earn some more money before we can buy one of those. Right. I remember your accident. Just didn't realize that you hadn't been back active since. So we'll get in here where it's nice and quiet. Oh, it's one of those laptops with like next to no hard drive storage and 4 gigs of memory. That's what they want to do, right? They want to make it hard for you to return. Yeah, those laptops are basically like mobile web browsers only.
Same place you want to take it for something to do, or?
Yeah, it's 420 and dropping, but it's still a pretty darn good price. Last time we got 5,000 up. Yep, it can play the YouTubes and browse the web. That's about the extent of their capabilities, because they have no real storage to install apps or anything.
We've been buying anything cool, because every time I log on, we only got $25,000.
Just bought that baler. We don't have too much cool. Other than no debt. That's not a lot that we said on this particular server is to be debt free. Most of the farms are in debt.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And my apologies, I thought we leased the
We leased it last time. This time we actually had the cash to buy it. Maverick's like that guy in the conversation that is you're not talking to, but he ends up responding back because he's overhearing the conversation. Oh, let's see. We already went that way. Oops. Let's go back. Are you loading it via the web or are you loading it the app? See, at work I usually just pull up the web browser app version, and at home I've got the app version. Well, we appreciate you saving us from the background craziness. Trying to lock in on that 180 down there. It's hard to get locked in there when I've got a 0-degree dead zone on the wheel. Hey Michael, what's up? The Peanut Gallery has spoken. Oh, full. Jump over here to this. And we'll do a little bailing while he's out. Oh, thanks for the sub, Michael. Let's see, let's be Darren right there in front of us. Oh no, there he is. Jump back in her. Hey Fabio, what's up? Oh, I've never heard of Windows Stream. Let's get back to 180-ish. There's Raznik. What's up? Oops. Hey, Silver Steed. How's it going? I saw that. Welcome to the team. Thanks for the sub, Silver Steed. Yeah, typically we need a holiday from the holiday, don't we? Hey, now you told me how to pronounce it yesterday. It's something clown. And I forget the first part. But hey, how you doing? Welcome back. Oh, it was pretty good. The kids enjoyed themselves. Making some money. Oh, thanks for the sub, Kevin. Got all kinds of subs tonight. Hopefully we'll get some daylight before the end of the stream. But this map never is overly dark. Now I'm really excited to get started on that next week. Go. Hey Ross, what's up? Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about for, well, let's see here, what time is it? Well over a month now, I think. Pretty sure I had this idea earlier in November. It's over a month in coming together. What day is the first? It's a Tuesday. think. Same day as Christmas, so yeah, it's a Tuesday. Green River? No, I did not see that. Is it over at NLD Farming? Ah, that's cool. You working on... Oops, stop. Working on a map of your own? It's pretty sweet. Alright, I'll have to go, I'll have to remember to check that out after the stream. Or actually, I'll pull it up while I'm unloading this. That way I'll have the tab open. Alright, let's go here. LD Farmers. Green River 19, I see that. Sign in. Yes. Well, no. I don't see that it's out. I see that, just see some scripts. Do some screenshots. All right. We are on hard. We're on hard. The only way to play. Oh, Erie Island. Is that a, where would that, is that based upon any given location or just a mythical made-up land? Yeah, I was glad to see that that Giants allowed us to now set economic difficulties. So that we could choose to play different game modes, but still have the ability to easily play on hard economic prices. I mean, there's always been a way of going in and basically hacking the save game to get it to give you hard prices, but yeah, to be able to start with $1.25 million and still get the hard prices, or to start with a pre-made farm with equipment and hard prices is great. And we can
Quick look, same place.
yeah, it's down to 414, same place. Once it gets below 400, the bakery's at 399. So it's so nice being able to be able to play how we want to play with the pricing scheme that we want to play with. James, thanks for the sub. It also means that we can, you know, we could choose to start from scratch with easy prices if we wanted. I mean, in my mind, that kind of defeats the purpose, but, you know, there's maybe some folks out there that want to do it that way. Oh, thanks for the sub, Philip. Oh, okay. So huge as in like 4x or standard size? Are all these other maps fairly smallish? I use Streamlabs. I use OBS to stream, and then Streamlabs has, I guess, plugins, you could say, that you plug into OBS to do that. I heard of that. I heard that too, Fabio. Sadly, though, I think we're not going to see that until February. Because Giants is on extended holiday, are they not? And I thought when I picked a game up in, well, I had thought like last winter, they were basically gone the entire month of January. I may be wrong, but I was under the impression that they basically took this incredibly long holiday break. Oh, is it only January 7th? Okay. I don't know. I've never used Elgato. Yeah, they are definitely backlogged because I know for a fact that there are mods that were uploaded as early as December 1st that have yet to be tested. In fact, Darren himself uploaded his tent.
Next you have to repair. We're down to an eighth. It's coughing and puking.
I know, isn't it fun? I think we were kind of going to see if it would, what it would really do. Because it still drives at full speed, doesn't it?
Yeah, 32.
Because Sealy P did a video where he basically took a tractor down to 0% and still plowed the field with a plow at the same speed as if he was at 100%. Basically, almost negating any discussion that we've heard related to tractors actually losing horsepower.
they just made the sound annoying.
If you repair it, it still kind of does that. I think just because of the number of hours on it. There we go. Oh yeah, well the PDA is a fixed image. You know, it's not dynamic. So the PDA doesn't update with the buildings that you put down. Would be an interesting feature to be able to have a dynamic PDA. Somehow generated, you know, on the fly. All right, later, Resnick. Yeah, I've gone on a rant before about the trashiness state of Ravenport. And the near pristine look of Felsburn. I mean, Felsburn has some agedness to it, but it is a fine wine age. Whereas Ravenport is like a skanky bitter beer has been left out and gotten nasty. Hey, Nitro Dad. Yeah, it's if you. Yeah, it's more important if you to maintain like the plow, than or the seeder and everything than the actual tractor. One more load and we might be able to buy that bale trailer. Hey, Max Farming, what is up? I have a ton of bales. I think last time we did this harvest, we probably made about 30 grand just off of the straw bales.
Yeah, it's a waste not to do it.
Hey, Aztec Gaming and Battery H, welcome. Not talked to you for quite a while. Hey, did you do the ATS event? I caught wind of the ATS holiday event on the 24th. It was already 3/4 of the way done. I would like to see, you know, it would be nice if Giants does come back, or at least a testing team does come back on the 7th, and if they can actually start getting mods out in the mod hub. That would be really nice. Especially for console folks. Try not to get annoyed at their comments, but geez, they're just a unique bunch. Another Another 5X on the event. Oh, did they extend it? I was figuring they would extend it. I think they extended one that was last year. I finished it. I finished my 12 loads yesterday, and it was still under 1 million. But it was like 99,000 something. Well, we're doing that because we're on a server, and the server is basically speed locked at 1.5 times. That is because with multiple farms, you know, jumping or fast forwarding at night can affect folks if they're planting or doing other work. So we just set it at 1.5 and just let it run. And I've got it set so it doesn't pause if the back up. Doesn't pause if the server's empty. There we go. Up. Thanks for the sub, Esteban. Just about done these 2 fields. Oh, JT Daily Vlogs, welcome. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, this map never is very dark, it seems. No dog. Sorry, bud. No dog on the farm. Now there might be other people on the server that have a dog, but none on our farm. We got chickens. That's about it. Hey, you'll have to tell me if Raznik buys a dog for his challenge server.
Well, I like dogs, but we don't have time for that. We'll be penny pinching, so we're gonna have to be on her A game. That's why I'm glad I finally get to use a round baler. I always use a square baler, so I gotta get proficient so we can kick them.
Oh, that round baler is annoying. beeps, and then you gotta stop and unload it, and then you forget. And you're driving for who knows how long with the bale in there. What maps are everybody playing? Typically ask that in chat, and I have forgotten up to this point.
Yeah, I noticed you kind of got to pause a little bit before you hit Y, because I got hit that and drove off and the thing was stopping.
Of course, after we get this 2 done, we got 2 more to do. But I'm not going to put you all through complete agony. My farm partner appears to have accepted a massive potato harvest contract. That's sitting over there half done. We're not going to mess with that tonight. Oh, the Load King and the Wilson do look very nice. I like that, what was that AB? The Super B? What was that trailer I did a video on a few weeks ago? That one looks good too. Yeah, my overall impressions are the dog is a waste of time and effort. Maverick likes that trailer, it looks like. Alright, JT, Daily Logs, check you later. This head appears to be just about the right width. Going right down to the edge of the field, and the end of the field, and we're just 1 head width done. Hey, it's me, Dingbat. What's up? Yeah, it just sits there. Right. Let's head on over to the other field that we own.
You want to change the pace, or you want to go harvest the other 2 fields?
Oh, cool, just harvesting.
Alright, I'll empty that trailer out and bring it over.
Oh. Little insomnia going on. Well, thanks for coming by. Maybe we can thoroughly bore you to death, and then you'll go to sleep. Make sure no trains are coming. So yeah, I really enjoy the moving trains now in 19. Oh, I didn't even realize that trailer was full. Didn't even realize I still had grain in my bin. Let's hope I don't get stuck on this bridge. This bridge has been known to grab me and throw me off it. Oh, Vicks. No, not Vicks. Oh, what is that? What is that, sore throat stuff? You can see our wonderful farm is a shed right there. And our fuel depot, that is our farm. We took up camp over here across the river. We own fields 4, 5, 26, and 25, and that's it. Took out a pretty big loan to buy our equipment and to buy the fields that we own. We did start from scratch. All the farms on the map basically started with 500K and no equipment and no land, and they had to buy their land and buy their equipment with that and whatever loan they took out. Some folks took out a fairly sizable loan. Thankfully, we paid our loan off now, but let's take a look where other people are. We're at 34,000. Blackbird's at 227, but we don't know what kind of loan these guys got. Lone Wolf's at 6,200. Freedom Acres is at 11,000 negative. Lone Oaks 163. Goose Man's at 36. Sugar Pines 162, and the bank has plenty of cash, ready to bail anybody out or buy out their operation should they go insolvent. Go. Bakery is now the best place to go. It's priced the same as the harbor, and obviously is a lot closer. Ah, the tent mod by our very own Darren, who's in gameplay. You didn't know? Let's go over here. Baling. Do a little bailing while we wait for him to get back. Well, some of the mods that I knew that were in that I know that are in testing is a buddy of mine did a really nice trailer. Now nowadays you can go out and you can pretty much find a half dozen different farm trailer mods. Um, so when it finally does show up in the mod hub, it won't be that impressive. But I mean, he had his all together and uploaded to the mod hub December 1st, and it's still sitting there pending testing. He then also uploaded a 4-pack of different farmhouses, where at the time they were all about the price of 130 to 170,000. Okay, and at the time that was all about half the price of the in-game farmhouse. Well, now with the update, they dropped the price of the in-game farmhouse. So that house pack basically looks obsolete. It's been sitting in the mod hub for 4 weeks, pending testing. He sent me an advanced copy to comment on and everything. So I gave him my feedback and went ahead and did a mod video on it and set it to just private, with the intention of releasing it, when it was released. And it's just sitting there in my queue, waiting for Giants to eventually test it and release it. All right, back. Jump back in here. Made poll. I know that one very well. That one is currently on our community server. Played on that a few nights. It is, once you once you remember where the entrance of the fields are, and also until you start having problems getting into fields, because you can't just seem to make the corner to get in. That's the most frustrating part, is trying to figure out where the field entries are and trying to get into the fields with your equipment. Clearly, it's not a map for big equipment. But you figure, if I try to get in there with a like a small Voltra and the small forage wagon, I shouldn't have a huge amount of difficulty getting into fields. But depending on the field, yeah, you might have to pass the entrance, figure out how to turn around just to be able to get into the field, because it's easier to get in from the opposite direction. Seasons is definitely and sorely missed. Hopefully that'll come out before too far into the future. Guessing Guessing it won't be until maybe March. Maybe later. No real idea. I know I was kind of hoping for a Christmas miracle. That did not seem to materialize. Well, it doesn't look like that is a header width. Oh, it's giving it to us. Nice. Yeah, Rolling Hills for me was a bit of a downer. I was hoping that it was a bit more fledged out than it is. Yeah, when they say, you know, out for player testing on the 10th, I think it was. And basically it was, you know, 15 days between player testing and actual release. You kind of get this hope or this expectation that it's a fairly well done map, but you know, there were lots of issues that I felt affected gameplay enough that I didn't want to do a video on it. Riverview is basically like an enlarged maypole. Instead of being a 1x map, it's a 2x map, and you know, the same general principle. It's a difficult map with hedges everywhere. Hey Chevy fan, sorry, not tonight. This is a closed economy server. It's not an open server. I would recommend you come over to our community server, but that's actually going to get repurposed in a week. So it's not much use to advertise that, since we're just going to repurpose that in a week for a different project. That might be interesting. Of course, I think part of the advantage with ATS is their mappers. They don't really have to model too much off the beaten path. Because it's not really an open world where you're able to go and explore anything. You've got, you know, a limited number of roads you can go down. And since there's that effect, then you only really need to model so much left and right of the road. Whereas with you know, Farm Sim are more of an open world map like that, you pretty much have to model and map out the entire map surface. Hey Tanya, what's up? Oh, get my wheel straight. Trying to figure out why I kept dragging off to the side. Well, yeah. I mean, even the big maps we've seen, like the 16x Corn Belt, overall it wasn't that attractive. For some reason, they put in ginormous fields. It's like they just upscale everything by 4 or by 8. You know, instead of having, you still have like 40 or 50 fields. It's just they're all 8 times bigger. What I'd like to see, and probably very few people have the time to put into it, was to basically build out a 16x map as if it's, you know, a 2x size. So you've got a bunch of fields that are, you know, between 1 acres and 10 acres in size, and you've got, you know, 15 different play areas, playable farms scattered all over the place. Yeah, Lone Oak was a 2x2. It's a standard size, so it's 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers square mapped. Yeah, we played on Jordan for a bit. We had it set up on one of our multiplayer servers for a bit as 17 closed out. I was privileged enough to have Maverick give me an advanced copy of that one to do a map video on it before its release. Something I was noticing before stream on this harvester, I zoomed in and I was looking at these oil filters. Now, why is it not letting me zoom in now? Oh, I know why. I was probably on the Fent when I was doing it. But I was able to zoom in and look at those oil filters there, and they have New Holland labels on them. Oh, that's cool. Now we haven't seen, we haven't seen or heard that that the fabric script or the M Company script has been made over. So I'd say that would be, for Jorn's map, which was very much production based. It would need to have that scripting brought over. Yeah, aggravation, or however you want to say it. That one had very big fields. Now we've seen progress updates of, CCS 101 is working on Emerald Coast for 19. That was a really nice map. I really enjoyed. It's modeled after Florida. Working on getting that one over to 7 or 19. And if all works out well, hopefully that's just a few, maybe a month away. Maybe 2 months away. Yeah, he can definitely build out the underpinnings of the map without the scripts needing to be there. We'll haul this load down to the bakery. You got those 2 fields about done?
On my last row.
Alright, 26 is done. Alright, let's get this harvester down here at the next field. Just stage it. This will be the last straw or wheat field we need to harvest. I heard we've got a couple maps over at FSUK in testing, if I am understanding everything correctly. Oops. Just need to bide our time for another month or so, and I bet we're going to be inundated with decent maps. Maps that are coming out now all seem to have issues. How game-breaking they are, I'm not really sure. I mean, I get a little concerned when I jump in a map and I see crops being doubled. I don't know if that's a result of maybe being a conversion where the map had extra crop types in it or something. Let's go in. Now we've got I know somebody that is working on an interesting conversion of this map and is working to basically make it into a jungle map. Basically making a like a Brazilian themed map out of this. Not really sure how far he is into that project, but that might be something coming out here in the next month or so. Old Streams is definitely in the work. Black Sheep Modding, I see every so often screenshots posted over on their Discord. So we got stuff in the works. Just need to bide our time. It's another reason why I'm really excited about this January project. Is that by the time that project's done, there should be plenty of stuff in the queue ready for us to fire up. Well, Nitro Dad, I know CCS 101 was working on a map he was calling East Coast USA. It was based in a non-discriminate location on the East Coast. It had all kinds of cool little details like covered bridges, or at least a covered bridge, and several other interesting aspects. Sadly, it was never quite got released for 19 or 17. So it kind of was tabled until Emerald Coast, and then it might become a project that he's going to pick up. So East Coast USA may be a map that we would be able to see here in the next 6 months. So, rolling in the dough. All right. You liked and hated this one? Yeah, I wasn't too big of a fan of it in 17. I don't know. Maybe the lack of other options has made me not not being overly bothered with it now. Hey, at least it's got power lines. Right? I mean, what's up with Ravenport with no power lines? Right. Let's get our compass up so we can see where we're going here. Get going 180 and 360. Ravenport's a poor town. It can't afford wires. And there seems to be a fair number of people interested in the Michigan map. I don't know, for me, I just didn't see myself playing that one. On the Michigan map. I know that Whoopster of Seasons fame is working on it. On a GPS variant. More of an auto steer mod as opposed to the GPS mod that we are all familiar with. How close it is to being released is I'm not sure on. Now I know late in 17 there was actually a mod called Real GPS, which actually put a overlay. I don't have a monitor in here, but actually put an overlay on the display screen in cab that was like your PDA, and let you basically get down to a field level. I never really used it because it was something that had to be installed in the tractor mod. And somehow you basically interacted with the screen. I wasn't a giant fan of it because I had a difficult time basically seeing and understanding how I needed to interact with the screen when I was messing with it and testing it. So let's get a bit more on track. Yeah, and I don't know how old Whoopster is. If he's, if he's like in college or if he's a student of some nature or what. But obviously, we all have personal lives that come into play on developing this stuff. Just a little sliver too wide. I've seen a lot of talk about that map, but it never seems to get released. You know, I've seen lots of images of the 17 version, but did it ever actually get released outside of, a small collection of people? If it ever got released at all? Hey, Red Rebel. Well, that didn't take you long.
Yeah, I'm getting better at it.
Alright, well, it looks like we'll be maybe one more load. Do one more harvester load. Yeah, I was about to say that, Maverick, that it's soon going to get a bit brighter, right? It's like the sun's going to pop up over a...
machine game out of it. I'd like to stop as close to 4,000 as I can.
See, it's like a mini game. Speaking of that, I had to go to Walmart today. I think I've gone, I don't know how many months without walking into Walmart. It was a personal achievement of mine. And I discovered they have like these mini arcades now. Like mini arcade cabinets. They have like like all these old arcade games for like $300. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's
Well, to check that out. But man, you picked a heck of a day to go. Everybody returning stuff.
Well, see, the issue was that Mrs. Claus informed me that I needed to acquire stocking stuffers for a teenage girl. And the best stocking stuffers would be things for her hair. So I had to go to the hair accessories aisle and try to figure out what in the heck to buy a teenage girl for her hair. And apparently I chose incorrectly. So she wanted to return it. Yeah, it was like 300, but it's like a 4-foot tall arcade cabinet. It's got like a I don't know, like a 12-inch screen, LCD screen, and it's got a joy controls. It's got the big buttons and everything. But it's only like 4 foot tall. So one for like Galaga or something like that, and then Pac-Man.
Either one of those would be fun.
I haven't been paying attention. I wonder if I can get the rest of this field done without unloading the harvester.
It's hard to believe that we've seen the demise of the wall-mounted telephone and the arcade.
Well, we got to see the rise of the arcade and the fall. Almost done, guys. Then we won't be harvesting anymore. Probably won't be, well, we'll be back on the map probably Friday. And that'll be it. So Monday night, the server's getting shut down and getting retooled for the January multiplayer challenge. Oh yeah, we're gonna get done this field without having to unload again. Oh, there's the daylight. We turned on the light switch. About 5:30 in the morning. And presto, we get light. All right. Go up here. This unloaded. Put it away. Sell our grain off. Hope this thing will hold the whole load. Probably won't. And we'll keep a little bit for the chickens. Yep. What we got here we'll keep for the chickens. I don't even know how much they need. 5,000 liters every 10 days, so they'll need another 2,500 liters in 5 days. Yeah, we're going to sell the straw bales off. Yeah, I hope they work on smoothing out the transitions. It's not such a big jump at dawn and dusk. We're due for another big jump here in a little bit. Once I get this trailer empty, I'm gonna empty this. Then we'll buy a bale trailer because we now have enough money to buy the round bale trailer. Then we'll go around and collect these bales. Sell them off. Let's park this here for now. And head over to the bakery. One more load. Made a fair bit of money today off of our wheat. Duck in there. There we go. Alright, let's go here. Bale trailer. Now, if we were to continue playing this map, now own everything we need in order to continue to basically harvest wheat, some other cereal crop, wheat or barley. That's all we really need for our chickens. Bale up and haul off the balance. I don't know, Fabio, because I have not played Farm Sim enough to really have a good basis. I played Goldcrest Valley. I did not play Softnoska at all. I played an edit of Westbridge, but never played the original because I never played 15. I played Ravenport and I played Felsburn, so I've really only ever played 3 Giants map. Well, 4. This one. So I've only played 4 maps. So of the 4, I would say, I don't know. I mean, I put 100 some hours on Goldcrest that I remember. I've got maybe 40 some hours on Felsburn. I don't know how many hours I've got on this map. Thanks for the sub, DJ Ezekiel DJ Lights, okay? So I don't know what the best Giants map ever was. Alright, so... Loads of lime, eh? Loads of lime. $32,000. Alright. Got weeds. Needs lime. So that field needs lime. Those fields need lime. Lime is heavy, so we better put on our weight. Alright, we don't have any lime here, so let's just go ahead. Wow, 500 hours already. Man, that is That is a lot. I don't know if I'd be able to put in that many hours on a on any map. I think the most I've ever had so far has been in the maybe upper 200-hour range. Oh, I feel excited. Can't wait for it. Well, I can wait for it because I'm going to have to, but I don't want to have to wait for it. That's right. We'll just lime our bales. Let's pretend we're going to lime our bales. I think Seasons is why I played 17 as much as I did. Turn off. I'm pretty sure that I would have burned out or just got tired of 17's monotony of wash, rinse, and repeat. But with Seasons, there was more purpose. There was more. It was more procedural, I guess. It was more. More purpose to what we were doing because we were doing something that had a much longer game plan or life to it. And that is what I think really extended the life of 17 for me personally, and probably for lots of players. I'm eager to see it come to 19. Eager to see how they have changed it, enhanced it. Oh, let's go get some more. Yeah, for well, ever since it had come out, so since like July or June, I didn't play any map without it. See, I didn't play 15, so I never experienced soil mod. Thanks for the sub, William. Let's see what kind of pallet disaster there is down here. Pallet trash heap. Two, 6. Somehow this magical little spreader holds 6,000 liters of lime. Yeah, I had half of mine once to just start using up the pallets that are there. Now there's some sapling pallets. Who else has been planting trees other than you, Maverick? Oh yeah, I mean the fact with seasons you had to go so long between, you know, income cycles. Yeah, I did a 24-day seasons play, and that was really a big thing with trying to um, limit your expenses and control your bleed out of money during spring and summer. So that once fall came, you could be solvent enough to be able to harvest your crops. Of course, that isn't a whole lot of money, $1,100 for 8 straw bales, but it is some cash. And if you've got if you haul off and have 15 or 20 trips, well, that's a nice little chunk of money that would have just been spread out on the field and become unusable. Spread our way between these bales. Hey Kevin, what's up? How is it? What is it, Thursday morning? Or is it Thursday afternoon for you now? Ah, Thursday afternoon, okay. Well, it sounds like the animal feed calculator that I had made up. I had it made up a calculator. It's still over a PCSG for 17. Basically plugged in the number of animals you wanted, the season duration, and everything, and it basically told you how much you needed to feed them every 3 days, how many bales you needed for your straw and your hay and stuff for your cows and pigs and sheep, to care for those animals for a given season or year. Oh, thanks for the sub, Keith. Just about done, though. Keep it to about 2 hours. Feeling a bit tired myself. Had an early start. Oh, jump. All that equipment. Seed or fertilizer. By lime. 6. Hey, Will. We're just talking about maps in development. Nitro Dad was talking about wanting an East Coast map. Since he lives in New York. Debt free is overrated. It's not overrated. It's just once you become debt free, then it takes you a while to. Here's the more light. Then it takes you a while to get to the point where you can stay debt free. Oh, it's all good. It's not like I had. Yeah, it's not like you could go out and patent the thing. You know, it was all a bunch of just mathematical calculations. Everything was in the XML. You just had to, run the calculations on it.
Hey, boss, since you traded me away to the other team, I did get you a parting gift. Or would you like me to?
Oh, your parting gift? You want to deliver a parting gift?
Yeah, look over here. I found it just sitting alongside the road. I just kind of snagged.
Did you pick up a retriever? I'll be back.
Yeah, I was worried the battery would be dead, so I figured I'd bring it over here and wouldn't be a road hazard. Now I just gotta figure out how to get it off here.
It's probably force unload it, hit Y a bunch of times, roll Y. Oh, and the bale just warps right through it. There it goes. Go. Yeah, about the time you get your head above water, expenses show up, don't they? All right, let's see. Let's go fill this up one more time with lime. Oh, it's still on its wheels. Let's go fill this up one more time with lime, and then we'll go get that little field. At least everything that needs lime will be limed. But no, there's not too much. I mean, there isn't any land to buy other than to buy out other farmers that are no longer doing it. Because it's either going to go into farmland, or if it's like where I live, it's just going to become a development. Where I grew up, it's more of how much farmland is no longer farmland, but they're now putting houses on. Oh, look, he's got a big bud. He's driving the big dud. Watch out, Maverick's got himself a big dud over here. Of course, Darren selling a straw is pretty much just financing our lime purchases at this point. Oops. Would you stop lowering that down on the ground? Go. Let's see here, Fabio, we have 3 stages. Thanks for the sub, Joe. We have 3 stages of FERT in... Now we only have 2 stages of fertilization in 19. So we have... Yeah, we just have 2 stages of fertilization. We have lime, which is obviously new. Lime isn't a fertilization state as much as a replacement for plowing. It's because after every 3 harvests, you need to lime. And then there's another jumping light. And then, of course, if you never plant a row crop, if you never put in corn or potatoes or sugar beets, you never have to plow. So instead of plowing after 3 stages, you lime. And if you only ever put a cereal crop in, you never have to fertilize. Alright, so we're going to put this back and call her a night. I'm going to end it here once I put this tractor away. I'm going to bring that trailer back once you've unloaded it, or if you want to keep hauling bales.
Nah, I gotta get up early, so I'll unload this and I'll bring it back to the camp.
Alright. I haven't really, I haven't tossed any slurry. Saw Raznik putting down digestate, but it didn't look super impressive to me. Maybe it looked different from the tractor. Oh, thanks for coming by, Nitro Dad. We'll be back doing something Friday night. Let's see here. Lime. Nothing needs limed anymore. Everything needs fertilized. Let's see, how do we do with our finances today? Lost $55,000. Earned $31,000. Plus another 45 selling bales, but we spent $88,000 on equipment. So that wasn't a very good deal. That's okay, we won't have to buy any more equipment after that. So guys, I want to thank you for coming out and watching. It was really great chatting with everybody. If you liked the video, let's go ahead and pound that like button. And go ahead and check out, we've got a I posted a video earlier today of a multiplayer, single-player challenge that we're going to start up in January. Regretfully, both teams are full for the server that I'm running, or the servers that I'm running, but that's not going to prevent anybody from maybe doing your own multiplayer server and being a part of the challenge, or taking a part of it in single player. Go ahead and check that out, and hope you join in on the fun, because it looks like it's going to be a real drag out grind on river what is it? Oh geez, I went and lost the name of the map. Anyway, it's all in the video. So until next time, guys, happy farming.